So every year I really look forward to going to the Monterey Car Week. If you're not familiar, Monterey Car Week is a series of car shows, auctions, races, etc. that lead up to the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. It is an absolute blast, and I highly encourage every car person out there to go at least once in their lifetime because it is phenomenal. The types of cars you'll see here, you won't see anywhere else in the world. And it's an absolute massive event that overtakes the entire Monterey Peninsula area. And as such, it requires a certain amount of prep work and planning in order to maximize how much automotive fun you have during your trip. And that's the topic of today's video, is how to properly prepare to go to Monterey Car Week. So with it being such a huge event and huge draw from a global standpoint, one of the biggest hurdles to overcome is getting a hotel room. And there are two real big issues. One is it sells out really quickly. There are rooms that are booked out over a year in advance. So the sooner you decide that you're going to go to Monterey Car Week, the sooner you start looking at a hotel. And that's not to say that if you're only a couple of months out, you can't get a hotel, but odds are you're going to be much further away than you want to be and end up spending hours a day driving back and forth from wherever your hotel is and the event. And then the other factor is cost. So being that it's such a popular event and so many people from around the world come to these events, the prices for hotels skyrocket. And we're talking like your base hotels, motels that normally cost like $50 or $75 a night, charging like $600 a night. So that's definitely a huge sticker shock. And if you want to go and not spend that much money on a hotel, you have to start looking at, again, further distances out, which means more time driving to and from the peninsula each day for the events. You can spend easily 2+ hours each way in the car just because of distance as well as traffic for the events. But don't let that discourage you because, like I said, the events that they have throughout the week are absolutely worth going to and absolutely phenomenal. So starting Tuesday, they have like the Concours on the Avenue, which is an event that's held in Carmel and downtown, and you see a lot of classic historic vehicles there. Wednesday, they have events like the Cars and Coffee at Laguna Seca, and the little car show in Pacific Grove where all the cars have to have, I think it's under 1600 cc displacements. And so you get to see a lot of small compact cars that are vintage, that are really, really unique. So that's a lot of fun to go to. Of course, there's the McCall Motorsports Revival down at the Jet Center Wednesday night. And then Thursday, you've got your Tour d'Elegance, where a lot of the cars that are actually going to be on display Sunday at the Pebble Beach Concourse are going out on tour, and they leave out in front of one of the auction houses by the Equestrian Center in Pebble Beach, and they go and they drive on a route and they end up in Carmel. And so that's a great opportunity to see a lot of the cars that are going to be on display actually in motion. And so that's a lot of fun to go to. And then a lot of the auctions start opening up on Thursdays. You've got your RM auction, you've got Gooding, you've got Russo and Steele, Worldwide Auctioneers, Mecum. There are just so many auctions to go to and see a huge array of cars. And it's absolutely amazing to be able to see all these things. And then Friday, you've got events like the Quail, and you've got the Historics going on at Laguna Seca. So you can see vintage race cars running. I think they might start as early as Thursday. And they go all the way through the weekend. And so if you want to see historic race cars running, you can do the opportunity to see that happen. You also have on Saturday the Concorso Italiano, so you got a lot of Italian cars in a concourse style setting at a golf course, which is a great event to go to. You also can go to Exotics on Broadway, which is a great event that holds a variety of exotic cars out on the street, and you can get up close, see these cars in person, talk to the owners, hang out, have a great time. It also tends to be one of the busiest events to go to because it is a free event in the middle of a city street. So you be prepared if you're a little claustrophobic and don't like huge crowds, you might want to stay clear of that event. So one event I haven't mentioned yet is called Concours de Lemons. And this event is on the lighter side of things and definitely doesn't take itself seriously. And it considers itself the oil stain on Car Week, and it definitely lives up to that name. And I highly recommend you check it out at least once. The event is held not too far from the Embassy Suites, and it is an absolute blast to go and check out because the cars here are typically in such bad shape. It's just unbelievable that some of them even make it there. So go ahead and check that one out as well, because you're definitely going to get a laugh out of it. It's truly a one of a kind of event to go to. And of course, all this leads up to Sunday and the big event, the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. And it's one of those events you have to go to at least once in your lifetime, because you're just going to see things there that you just don't see anywhere else. And the setting is just beautiful. You got the Pacific Ocean in the background. You're on the green for the golf course, and it's just absolutely incredible. And the cars are just phenomenal. So I highly recommend going to at least once for the Pebble Beach Concours. So of course, I've listed off a lot of shows and events, and I'll include it in the description below, a link to a website that I use to plan out which events I'm going to go to. It's really great because it gives you a description of what the events are and tells you where they are. And if that event has a website, it includes a link to that website as well. And it's been really helpful for me over the years planning where I want to go to when. And so I highly recommend checking that out. So hopefully this information has been helpful, at least get you started on the thought process and planning for Monterey Car Week. Of course, the more time you can allow yourself to prep and plan, the better off you are. If you have any questions, go ahead, shoot them down below, let me know. I'd be more than happy to discuss further. But this is a good starting point from where I usually start for planning for Car Week. And as always, hit that like button if you found this video useful. And if you want to be kept up to date on when I upload new videos, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, and I will see you at the next video.